I didn't have to use the bathroom, but I went ahead and went anyway, just to get out of the movie theater. Hey everybody, it's Craig here, Reviews for You. Alright, so this is my review of Captain Marvel. I just got back from the pre-screening here, and I'm going to give you my thoughts. This is going to be spoiler-free, just in case anybody that watches this actually wants to go see the movie. I'll try to keep the story to a minimum. So, I mean, I took one for the team here. I wish I hadn't. Luckily, it was free, because at that price, I almost got my money's worth. This movie is like a Top Gun / Spice Girls / Green Lantern had a baby. One of those, oh, bless him's heart kind of babies. One of those, because down here in the South, we try and, be polite and nice and everything else. When you see one of them kids, it's just, fugly, like Johnny Depp. So, alright. I thought that Bree's character was just there. Nothing real exciting, just kind of there. There's really no other way to put it. She was on screen. It's just rather bland. It's got the pacing of, the movie Juno, which is really slow, and it just really seemed to drag on, and it's got a 2-hour runtime, and in a 2-hour runtime, that's a whole lot of dragging. I mean, I didn't have to use the bathroom, but I went ahead and went anyway, just to get out of the movie theater. It really was just that uninteresting. It's really kind of boring. There's lots of references to showing the boys how we do it, which is completely irrelevant in this movie, because what they're doing is never really a success at all. So, I didn't feel a connection between Brie Larson's Captain Marvel and anyone else in the movie at all. No real connection between any of them. So, it's, wow, for a Marvel film, you just normally expect more. And, well, I mean, you just don't get it in this movie. So, there's, Brie Larson, won a Best Actress award for the movie Room. Now, in that movie, she showed like feeling, emotion, had a very strong performance in that movie. Well, this is not that performance. It's actually far from it. I just got home from seeing it, and the first and second act are already fading away from my memory. That's just how forgettable the entire movie really is. All I distinctly remember is the cat named Goose. Seriously. And that's sad. Which I will say had more character than pretty much the rest of the movie combined. So maybe the cat needs to get its own movie. I don't know. The fight scenes are predictable, really blurry and muddy at times. Real Transformerish, was, you get into the and it's just, all right, it's not good. It's not good. The fights between Samuel Jackson and, Sam Jackson is old, he's getting old, and I don't know, the fight scenes just weren't that great. Once you get to the third act, there's so much CGI in the third act of the movie that it really reminded me of Star Wars Episode 4 after George Lucas went and recut it. And that's not a compliment. You know, I mean, there's meaningless diatribes throughout the entire movie, no real direction, and it's as though the movie was made for 13% of the population. You know, the other 87% should just go watch Alita Battle Angel. You know, if you live in Portland, wear a mask over your face, march every weekend, go to Berkeley, or if your name's Ocasio-Cortez or Whoopi Goldberg, you know, or you actually think Bruce Jenner is a woman, you know, then this movie is for you. I don't even know if that's 13% of the population, but, you know, those are the kind of people that are going to actually enjoy this movie. So, my final thoughts on this movie are, it has a start, it has a middle, and an end. That's about it. Other than that, I'd never really got into the movie. I never... And I went in open mind because, you know, I mean, that's what I do. I review stuff. So, I mean, I put Bree's comments to the side, and I put all that other stuff to the side, and I put everything else that we've been reading, going through, and everything else to the side, just to try and give... Because if a movie's good, I'm going to tell you it's good. No matter if I agree with the message in the movie or not, if it's good, I'm going to tell you it's good. You know, if I were to give it a rating, you know, C minus, maybe a D. You know, that's just being honest. I know this is really not an upbeat type of review, but I mean, you know, it's honest. And if any, you know, you call me an asshole if you want to, but I mean, honesty is what I do. So, yeah, for a Marvel movie, I'm just going to say that they are way behind what DC is doing right now. Now, whether it's, you know, Brie Larson was not the right one for Captain Marvel, or whether it was the directors who, you know, the directors and writers who actually come up with the script, and, you know, this is the way I want you to play this part, this is the way I want you to do this scene, this is the way I want you to do this. Okay, well, I mean, I know that Brie Larson can act. I know she's a great actress. But it's just lacking. I mean, it really is. If this thing has a $150 million opening weekend, you can expect a humongous fall off. But I honestly don't see 150 million. I really don't. I went through the Rotten Tomatoes score, which is actually wrong. It still shows 83% right now. But it's really not. If you go through there are 40 out of the 182 that are just completely rotten. And like I said, they don't count the 1 star and below, even from the top critics. So there's 40 out of 182. And if you do the math on that, and math is my thing, that comes up to be 77.8%, which is not 83%. So Rotten Tomatoes is lying to you on that one too, and still all the critics' reviews are not in. I really expect it to be probably in the mid to high 60s. When it's all said and done, when all the critic scores are in. Now, when the fans put their stuff in, or the people that go watch the movie put their stuff in, you know, I honestly couldn't tell you what it's going to be. I did go see Star Wars, or Solo, A Star Wars Story, and it's about the same. I've got the same feeling for it that I did for Solo. So, sorry if you don't like the review, but I mean, at least it's honest. I don't want to get too far into the storyline itself. I actually could, but I mean, I really don't want to get too far into the storyline. Honestly, in the first and second act, it's seriously, I honestly really can't remember a whole lot of it. So it's it's like watching paint dry. There you go. Anyway, I'm Craig. It's late. The review's for you. Like, subscribe, share. Make sure you hit that bell notification. Hit always. You'll know every time I upload a video. Remember to lick that like button before you get out of here. Craig, I am out of here.